Hey, shalom, shalom. All praise, glory, and honor be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, peace and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom unto the elect. So, the title of this lesson is THRUSKI is DOOMSKI. All right? THRUSKI is DOOMSKI. And this nigga right here is one of them class clown type of cats. Everything's a joke. You know, which I'm not gonna lie, some of the skits he did, have made me laugh in the past. But that's irrelevant. All right, that's irrelevant. This guy's gonna be cooked on the return of Yahweh Shai. All right. And that's the thing, is the Lord set his prophets up as a snare. Okay. They stumble just like they stumble at Yahweh Shai. Well, his men that are out there preaching, those spiritual dudes on the street who he's talking about. All right. These are the prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Now we see he has the purple on, so it seems like he's coming in that IUIC spirit. All right, which those guys, their doctrine is not right, but they are. When people think about the Israelites, a lot of time they think about them because they have that purple, and they have a certain way about them, and they're more like mainstream Israelites. All right. But regardless, we're all lumped in that category because, hey, we also teach that we are the Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. But this cat right here and individuals like him, he didn't learn from the Ricky Harris situation. All right. Where Ricky Harris got put to death by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for mocking his prophets. All right. This clown was rubbing elbows with Diddy. Okay. With some damn blonde tips on his hair. You could just tell this guy is finished. All right. And to some people, everything is a joke, man. But this is the thing that you don't want to play with. All right. This ain't what you want. All right. 2 Chronicles 36 and 15. And Yahweh God of their fathers sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. But they mocked the messengers of the Most High, and despised his words, and misused his prophets, until the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai arose against his people, till there was no remedy. You see? So the messengers of the Lord have always been mocked. All right, but he's always sending his prophets as a compassion. All right, waking you up. Okay, and you could tell these guys, they're not even listening to what we're saying, because based off the things he was saying in the video, they're very surface level and ignorant statements. Okay? Surface level. And a lot of the skits, he be doing some fruity ass shit. All right, some real suspect activity, but then again, you was rubbing elbows with Diddy. So that sodomite spirit rubbed off on you. Okay? But the wrath of the Lord arose against his people. And you keep mocking the prophets of the Lord. And that's not going to go well for you, all right? Bottom line. But at the end of the day, they don't believe us to be. You see? They don't believe us to be the prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right? They don't truly believe in the Most High, man. Okay, that's why they would think that it's a sport to mock at us. All right? Them spiritual dudes. That's how he described the Israelites. Them spiritual dudes. So if they're spiritual, why are you mocking something that's spiritual? And you're carnal, you don't understand what's going on. All right? Here it is. All the prophecies are going on, and you think that this is the time to mock the servants of the Lord? And somebody actually put this scripture in the comments. And most of our people thought it was a joke, thought it was great. They took it as an opportunity to mock us further. Yeah, these guys don't know what they're talking about. These guys are lost. You see? But we're going to see, man. The beautiful part about right now, this time in history, is that we don't have to wait long to see what's going to be the result. Okay? 2 Peter 3 and 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts. Okay, he's one of those that is walking after his own lust, scoffing. Okay. Second Peter 3:3 in the NLT. Most importantly, I want to remind you that in the last days scoffers will come, mocking the truth and following their own desires. Okay, and when you go into the word there for scoffers, okay, empire, let's see what it says. Right, impictes, okay, a mocker, a scoffer, a derider, a false teacher. Okay, somebody who makes a mockery of the truth. All right, so our people should just stop what they're doing and follow you into perdition, because you're just a sellout like the rest of them. That's why you was rubbing elbows with Diddy, the biggest mo nigga that ever was, man. At least the most famous one. All right. These guys get around these Hollywood types. You think you're going to be rubbing elbows with Kevin Hart and Diddy and you ain't sold out? We know what's up, man. These guys pop up all of a sudden. Got a big following. You see? But let's see if those riches that you sold out for, you playing to the crowd, right? Okay. Well, the wicked of our people that are entertained by you, they're going to be destroyed too. All right? The deceived and the deceiver are his. You see? Matter of fact, we could grab that. Yep. Job 12:16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. You see? So the deceiver and the deceiver are his. The Lord controls those that deceive. He put in a vain spirit on you, a spirit of wickedness, a lying spirit on you to deceive. And those that believe you, that are up in them comments laughing and making them more of a mockery, they're slated for destruction as well. Okay? You're going to be fuel for that fire, man. And look at your fat ass, man. You're going to be a lot of fuel. All right? Doing a whole bunch of suspect skits and all this weirdo shit. Painting your nails. Man, I'm about to go off. Let me hold myself before I get my whole channel taken down. But hey, we at the end anyways, man. If it happens, fuck it. Yeah, follow the backup, Lord's will. Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Okay, and what's going to be that fuel of fire? You people. Okay, and fat is very flammable, so your ass gonna snap, crackle, pop when the besom of destruction hits you up, man. All right, they think it's a game, man. They think it's all just a game, man. Okay, and seeing, hey, man, a major lack of self-awareness or, situational awareness. Okay? Because you're not aware of the time that we're in, and that's a deadly mistake. Psalms 59:8. You know what? Man, that's a good one. Psalms 59:5. Man, this is a good one. And you know what? This is applying to the heathen, but you wicked ass jakes that are in that Greek mindset, you're a heathen. You're in a heathen mindset, so you're going to get the judgment of a heathen. Psalms 59:5. Thou therefore, O Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, power of hosts, the God of Israel, awake to visit all the heathen. Be not merciful to any wicked transgressors. Yep. That's a banger right here. I haven't brought this one out in a while. They return at evening. They make a noise like a dog. They go round about the city. Let's grab this, matter of fact, in the NLT. Yep. Like scripture talks about dumb dogs. There's a loyal dog, and then there's a rabid animal that needs to be put down. That's what you niggas are like. All right? Yeah. In the NLT, O Yahweh, power of heaven's armies, the God of Israel, wake up and punish those hostile nations, which 2/3 of our people, they are a hostile nation to us. Okay? They're a strange vine. Show no mercy to wicked traitors. Interlude, right? So they are traitors, man, to their own kind. They come out at night, snarling like vicious dogs as they prowl the streets. Listen to the filth that comes from their mouths, their words cut like swords. You see, and that's an example of that. You know, and that's going to be this type of mockery, and and people really, you know, it's a joke, but it's every joke has an element of truth to it, and it shows how people really feel. You see, and the reason why they make a joke and readily make a mockery of us is because that's the popular thing. All right. And this is how people really feel. It's veiled as a joke, but really it's a way to mock us and make us out to be crazy, you know, make us out to be insane. Okay. Listen to the filth that comes from their mouth. Their words cut like swords. After all, who can hear us? They sneer. Yeah, as though there's not a God that's going to judge. Okay, but Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, you laugh at them. You scoff at all the hostile nations. Okay? So those of our people that want to be hand in hand with the so-called white man are hand in hand with this current world. All right? You know, all buddy with the enemy, okay? Mocking the prophets of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, you're going to have a fiery end, man. A destructive, gloomy end. Okay, and we in the times where it's unfolding before our eyes, man. They talking about Trump was just talking hot shit about doing nuclear tests, but you know niggas don't pay attention. You're not taking heed to what's going on. You think everything's a goddamn joke, man. That's what our people love to do, make mockery and make light of everything, man. Okay, but it's not gonna be funny when you're starving in the street. All right, it's not gonna be funny. All right. When your ribs are bare and showing through your clothes, man. All right, because you haven't ate in weeks. Okay? And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is not going to deliver you. All right, he's only going to deliver his elect. So with that, all praise, glory, and honor be unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rachak Wadash. Shalom.